So I was under the impression that you know pimp uh, taught you all the rules of the game of pimping, and it's not that at all. It's a graphic description. That's probably what makes it outstanding is the descriptions. I couldn't get through it on the first read because it was too hardcore for me. On the second read, I was ready for it, and you just can't believe the he brings to you. I mean, yeah, you've read about prison before, you've heard about prison, but the way he writes about it is so starkly brutal that it it just brings a new life to it. He the guy can, kind of like Garcia Marquez has a way of like using food and he's got graphic language in his own way, but not the kind of language that makes you think of hardcore ghetto. But that's exactly what Beck's doing. I mean, Iceberg Slim, he's writing all about just the unbelievable adversity and hopelessness of the American inner city ghetto. And it's not a book about how to pimp. I mean, anybody that reads it will see that it's a book about the hopelessness of pimping, and it's very historical in a certain way. I mean, he takes you through World War II. He takes you through the early '60s, and he keeps getting arrested. He keeps going to jail, and it takes him a long time to figure out, how to live right, how to put that stuff behind him. It's a fascinating book. It sold millions of copies. You won't find Iceberg Slim in a big anthology of, the world's most famous writers, which is too bad because he's probably sold more copies than a lot of the people that are in those books. It was just a real education. I think he has just as much of a way with words as Mark Twain. He's he's dangerous. I don't like books that are too safe. I get bored with safe writing. I can't think of any more dangerous writing than Iceberg Slim. And this was his first book. It's just an incredible description of the ghetto and what the desperation, not only of the hoes, but of the pimps. And, and throughout the book there's this, he's trying to have a relationship with his mother. I mean, it's very human. It's just a very human book. And yeah, I think it's I highly recommend it. I'll probably read it again at some point. Right now I'm reading his other stuff. But and I would also recommend reading Justin Gifford's Street Poison, because he writes a biography of Iceberg Slim that's awesome. Anyway, yeah, great. Graphic is the main word I would use there.